Hi Year 10, I hope you're all well and welcome along to the lesson. As promised today, I'm going to give you a bit more time to practice some of the simultaneous equations work we did yesterday. So this will be quite a short video, just going through two examples, just to sort of recap, and then I'll leave you the rest of the lesson to practice some questions. Make sure you've got a date and title in, and then we'll crack on with this first one. As I said before, with these examples, as much as you can do them and then watch me to check rather than just copying them down, the more you can do them yourselves will be more beneficial to you. Feel free to do a whole question and then watch mine back to check, or feel free just to do one part and then watch that back, and then another part and then watch that back, whatever works for you. But do bear in mind, if you are doing that, or either of those two things, that there are more than one way to do these equations. So you might make the x's equal and I might make the y's equal. That doesn't necessarily mean that your way is wrong. If your final answer is wrong though, obviously that does mean you would have gone wrong somewhere. This is first one, 2x minus 4y equals 36. 3x plus 8y equals minus 2. Now I would choose to make the y's matching on this one. I think when you've got a plus and a minus, that makes it quite nice to match. But also probably moreover, I can't, without using just whole numbers, I can't multiply up 3x to make 2x, or multiply up 2x to make 3x, but I can multiply up the 4, if I ignore the minus, I can multiply the 4 to make the 8. So I'm going to take all of equation 1 and multiply it by 2. Have a go at that one now, maybe if you're not sure, pause the video. And when I multiply that through by 2, it's going to give me 4x minus 8y equals 72. And if I write equation 2 underneath, I can see that I've got that matching coefficient of the 8. And like I said before, because it's a minus here and a plus here, to make them cancel out, I need to add the equations together. Do that now if you're watching along, working along, pause the video. When I add the equations together, it gives me 4x plus 3x is 7x. Minus 8y plus positive 8y is nothing, is 0, which is exactly what I wanted to cancel one out. And 72 plus minus 2 is 70. Then we can solve that equation to make it x equals, divide both sides by 7, gives me x equals 10. But remember, that's only half of my solution for this. I've got an x solution, but I need a y solution. I can put it back into any of those sort of 3 equations that I've got in the end with the one that I made, but I'm going to choose to put it back into this one, because seeing as I'm trying to find y now, and that's the one where y is positive, that's going to make my life a bit easier. So if x equals 10, instead of 3x, I'm going to have 30 plus 8y equals minus 2, and again I can just solve like a normal equation. Cancel out the 30, and then cancel out the 8 to make it y equals. So my final solutions are x equals 10 and y equals minus 4. Oh, I've just realised I missed that little bit off the bottom. There we go. I hope that's alright. We're going to go through one example together and I'll leave you to get on. Slightly different one this time, but not a million miles different. 7x minus 6y equals 53 and 2x minus 5y equals 2. Now, a couple of differences with this one. I can't, using whole numbers, I can't multiply up the x coefficients, or one of the x coefficients to match the other, and I can't multiply up one of the y coefficients to match the other. So I'm going to have to multiply both of them up. Now I can see that I can multiply the 7 up and the 2 up to make 14, or I could multiply up the y coefficients to make them both 30. Now this is negative and this is negative, so there's going to be some fiddly negatives involved in this equation, whichever way I do it. I'm going to choose to match the x's up because they're both positive, and I personally think it's less fiddly to make the nicer ones match up. So I'm going to, oh sorry, that should be 2 there. So I'm going to multiply up both of the equations to make them 14x. So if I want to make equation 1 14x, I'm going to need to multiply it through by 2. So have a go at that now if you're doing this step by step with me. And when I multiply equation 1 by 2, that's going to give me 14x minus 12y equals 106. And then equation 2, to make that 14x, I'm going to have to multiply through the whole equation by 7. So pause the video and have a go at that now if you're doing it with me. And that gives me 14x minus 35y equals 14. Now I can look to cancel, and again, these minuses belong to the y's. My 14x and 14x are both positive, so I'm going to subtract. Again, pause the video if you're doing it step by step and have a go. 14x minus 14x is nothing. Really got to be really careful with this bit. Minus 12y minus 35y. Well, that's the same as saying minus 12y plus 35y. And if I'm at minus 12 and I add 35, it's going to take me to 23. So it's 23y equals, and the last bit's a bit nicer, 106 minus 14 equals 92. Now I can find y, dividing both sides by 23. 92 divided by 23, I could put it in my calculator. I might just do a good bit of, just counting up. 23, another 23 is 46, another 23 is 69, and another 23 is 92. So it's 4 lots of 23, so y equals 4. I could just put it in my calculator. Last bit then is to put the y back in to find x, just like we've done before. I'm going to put it into this equation because it seems to have smaller numbers generally, so it might be a bit easier, but it won't make any difference. So 2x, and instead of minus 5y, I know y is 4, so I can put minus 20 equals 2. Solve it just like normal, cancel minus 20 by adding 20 to both sides, and cancel the 2 by dividing both sides by 2. Gives me x equals 11, and there's my solution. Y equals 4, x equals 11. Hope you're happy with that. There'll be instructions now on the PowerPoint as to which questions you need to do, and but please let me know if you get stuck with the maths or stuck with anything. Drop me an email. I am online, I am in work, and I will get back to you. Good luck with that, and have a lovely day.